Good afternoon. It's Sunday, April 9th, 2023, and I'm back with another Twin Flame reading on Easter. I'm Brittany. I'm a psychic and a healer. I happen to be an Andromedan and Syrian starseed, as well as a 9TJ, a Gryffindor, and a Thunderbird. So let's see what's going on with Divine Feminine. So the deck we'll be using for Divine Feminine will be the Dark Mirrored Oracle deck by, let me see, Laura Saba. So yeah, let's see what's going on with Divine Feminine. Divine Feminine. So the first card I'm getting for Divine Feminine is I Won't Cry for You. So what I'm seeing with the Divine Feminine, I'm feeling as though Divine Feminine is going through a sort of cleansing of the soul at the moment. And this cleansing, I feel as though there's a lot of congealed emotion in the Divine Feminine. A lot of heartbreak, a lot of despair, a lot of sadness. And I think this is dating from past lifetimes for the Divine Masculine has let her down. So I feel as though now the Divine Feminine is letting go of all that junk and letting her soul experience a sort of rebirth. And I'm also seeing that Divine Feminine is engaging in some shadow work revolving around self-worth. So Divine Feminine, you may be wrestling with thoughts of not feeling good enough. So I feel as though this is the Divine telling you that you are good enough and that you are perfect just the way you are. You need to be anybody but yourself. So I feel as though Divine Feminine. Also, I'm seeing throat chakra activations. So with the throat chakra activations, I feel as though maybe you're letting go of you're letting go of communication blocks. So you're gonna learn how to articulate your emotions a lot more effectively and efficiently and coherently. So what I'm also seeing for you, Divine Feminine, I'm seeing that there's a lot of sadness. So I feel as though you feel really sad that the divine hasn't exactly been forthcoming about your journey, but I'm hearing that you must trust in the process because things are happening for your highest good always. So the next card I'm getting is Exodus Gateway. So with Exodus Gateway, I'm seeing Divine Feminine that let me see, what exactly do I see? I'm seeing that your psychic powers are actually going through a sort of recalibration. So some of you may feel disconnected from the divine, and I think that's because you are going through some sort of light body activation. And whereas others of you are more attuned to the divine than usual, everything is flowing. It's affecting everybody differently. I'm feeling as though these light code activations are going to be for a couple days, but I do feel as though Divine Feminine should be able to get her intuition back and running. So I'm also seeing that Divine Feminine is being called to meditate. I feel as though maybe her thoughts have been very jumbled lately, and she's been struggling to make sense of them. So I'm seeing that this is the cue for the Divine Feminine to step back and focus on herself, and to put as much distance between the things that are distracting her and her peace of mind. So I feel as the Divine Feminine, you're being called to regain your inner peace at the moment. And the next card I'm getting for Divine Feminine is Gilded Regret. So with Gilded Regret, I'm seeing Divine Feminine. I'm seeing the moon here. So I feel as though you have a lot of fears about a lot of fears and anxiety about the future. You feel as though the future is uncertain. You're wondering whether Divine Masculine is ever going to get his shit together, or maybe maybe wondering whether Divine Masculine is going to ever see this connection. But I feel as though Divine Feminine, that you just have to suspend your disbelief and to actually just focus on you right now, because I feel as though what your answers are trying to come up, but your mind is there's like a million different tabs open, and your overthinking is causing these messages to not be received. So again, just silence your mind, ground yourself, center yourself, just recollect your thoughts. Just rest and rejuvenate, Divine Feminine. This is a day of rebirth. So this is a time of reinvention at the moment. I'm also seeing antlers here, so I feel as though horns. So that's reminding me of Taurus, Capricorn, and Aries energy. So you may be one of those three signs, divine feminine. You don't have to be, or you could be incorporated in the signs. But I'm seeing for some reason that you have to quit being stubborn and just let the divine just work its magic. Because again, you are the magic. You can make the magic happen, divine feminine. And I'm seeing again, you're manifesting your worst fears at the moment. And because of that, you can only see the fears. And you have to know that you can rewrite your story at any time. So if you want a different outcome, then think different thoughts. Don't recycle the thoughts. Otherwise, you'll be recycling the same experiences over again. Be teachable, divine feminine. And I'm feeling as though you're having a lot of regret and you're angsting about whether you are on the right path. But divine feminine, you are on the right path always. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. And you have not arrived there a moment too soon or a moment later. Just know that your choices at this moment make up who you are. If you take away one of those choices, then you will not be the person you are today. And I'm seeing 555. So that is telling me that there is serious change going on for divine feminine. And the next card I'm getting is Queen of My World. So divine feminine, you have to remember that you are a queen and that you are the empress already. You don't have to think that you're not enough, or maybe one day if I work on myself enough then I will be the queen. No, you already are the empress. You just need to remember who you are. I'm also seeing red here, so this is reminding me of root chakra. So I'm seeing that divine feminine, you're supposed to transmute that pain in your root chakra. A lot of you may be having back pain. Some of you may even be having some sort of like let me see, Trump flashbacks of Trump sexual trauma. But I'm feeling as though the divine is telling you to transmute this sexual energy. Because I feel as though a lot of you are afraid of the sexual energy. Your sexual libido may be a lot higher than usual. And I think that's because you're supposed to use this to create and manifest your highest timeline. Because I feel as though divine feminine is being pushed into a much higher timeline. And this timeline is going to help bring in her soul evolution. So I'm feeling as though divine feminine is being taken to the next stage of her journey, and she shouldn't exactly be afraid of that stage because she's going somewhere she's never been before. So cast aside those doubts, and yeah, I'm seeing crown chakra activations as well, divine feminine. So I'm thinking that you too, like your divine masculine, you're shifting out of ego consciousness into Christ consciousness. Because I feel as though again you flip between these consciousnesses. It's not even a word. It is now. But anyway, divine feminine, I'm seeing that. I'm seeing a veil as well. So I think you have to remember that the choices that you made did not determine your purity. I feel as though purity is more of a state of mind rather than a choice. So I feel as though you're always pure, divine feminine. You're a pure feminine. Remember, pure equals divine. So this is about just being in the moment. And yeah, do you see how this woman is just into just flowing like, yeah, you see how this is it a sash scarf? I don't know what it is. Someone say in the comments what exactly is on her shoulders. But I feel as though again, divine feminine, that is telling me I'm also seeing shoulder chakra activations going on for you. I feel as though you're letting go of the expectations of what it means to be a divine feminine and adhering to your own definition and what it means to be divine feminine. You're not going by the textbook anymore. You're just letting go and trusting the divine. The divine has a plan for you. And the next card I'm getting is Peaceful Among Thorns. So I'm seeing that there's a lot of anxiety for divine feminine. She has a lot of anxiety about the next stage of her journey. She doesn't know what to expect. I feel as though divine feminine, she should just stop trying to guess the outcome and just detach from it. just let the divine just call the shots. Because I think for the moment, divine feminine, that you just need to go within and meditate on the answers. I'm also seeing that I'm also seeing for divine feminine, I'm seeing that I'm feeling as though the divine wants you to empower yourself. They don't want you to regress into a control freak and just give your power away. This is about reclaiming your sovereignty. Divine feminine, stand in your power and trust the divine, because you can't go wrong by trusting that things that are meant, which are meant to be, will be. So the next card I'm getting for divine feminine is revenge. So I feel as though divine feminine has a lot of anger toward divine masculine right now. She may be feeling as though he has dealt her some sort of injustice, or maybe she felt as though he's being unfair or unreasonable. Some divine feminines may be going as far as to blaming the divine in this, but I feel as though all of this anger comes from false beliefs that the divine has let her down or made a cosmic joke out of her. I feel as though divine feminine, the reason why you think that is because you're not trusting the divine. You have to let the divine work its magic, as you say, because I'm seeing there's a magic circle here. So you have to remember that you are the magic, divine feminine. You can manifest whatever outcome you want. So if you want a happier outcome, then just don't recycle those grim thoughts. Pluck them out of your mind and train your mind to think something else. Some of you may need to use words of affirmations more. I'm also feeling as though some subconscious clearing is in order as well. I'm also seeing divine feminine. I'm seeing wings right here. So you have to trust in the power of your own wings and know that you can survive this. I feel as though a lot of divine feminines are feeling weighed down by their emotions. They may feel as though they should give up. But I'm seeing with the sword here is that you need to take these two swords in hand and cut down any opposition. You have to know that you are the protagonist of your own story. And you are not a victim. You will not fall victim to the situation, divine feminine. You will stand up, rise, and charge toward your destiny. So the next card I'm getting for divine feminine will be anger and change. This just confirms it. So what I'm also seeing the moon here. So, I'm seeing, divine feminine, that, the full moon was actually very, was it the full moon that passed? Yes, it was a full moon. Full moon in Libra. I'm seeing that the full moon in Libra had, left somewhat of an impact on you. I feel as though maybe your emotions were all over the place, and maybe you were crying a lot, maybe having some meltdowns. I feel as though, again, that there is some debris left over, some energetic debris, and I feel as though you're meant to clear this. I'm seeing that this debris is mostly stored in the root chakra, so again, it goes back to what I was saying earlier about back pain. So what I'm also seeing is a red X. So I'm feeling so divine feminine. Some of you may be trying to block out these emotions. Just let them flow. I feel as though, again, the more you try to resist, the more powerful they'll be. So don't try to resist them. I'm also seeing that your anger needs to be directed into like healthier outlets. I feel as though, again, divine feminine, that this anger is meant to take a direction, and the reason why it's meant to be taken a direction is because it's supposed to be released. And you shouldn't fear anger. A lot of you fear this anger because you attribute anger as being bad. Anger is not a bad thing. It's not destructive. Only if you let it be. Just know that anger can be turned into passion, and that passion can be channeled to an outlet for creativity. So a lot of you may be feeling really creative. You may feel as though you may need a muse. So I think this is a perfect time to just express yourself, divine feminine, and to know that you don't have to be afraid of your anger. So the next card I'm getting for divine feminine is colorless angel. So I'm feeling so divine feminine maybe struggling with some despair, and this despair I think is actually coming from her inability to figure out what the hell the divine is doing in this. She doesn't understand the divine plan. So what I'm seeing for divine feminine is you have to stop being so resistant toward the unfolding in the divine plan and learn to just know that everything is happening for you, not to you. So change your reaction to reactionary to observing, and you should do just fine. And I'm also seeing there's a lot of shadows. So I feel as the divine feminine, a lot of you need to let go of some um thoughts. You're attracting some entities to you, and I feel as though your vibration is very high. So again, you want to step out of that. You want to step out of lowering your vibration at the moment, because I feel as though your vibration is pretty high. So don't attribute these darker emotions as low vibrational. You are meant to feel the whole spectrum of emotions. You're human after all. So to actually a lot of you maybe trying to spiritually bypass. I'm hearing from spirit not to spiritually bypass, but to process and release these emotions, because I feel as though it's going to be momentary. It's not going to be forever. You're not going to break. You are stronger than you believe, and you're much more powerful than you think yourself. So I feel as though if you do this, divine feminine, you will end up catapulting yourself into an even higher mode of spirituality. And the last card I'm getting is obsession. So I feel as though a lot of you were detached from your divine masculine, and I feel as though maybe you've been pushed back to like thinking about the divine masculine. A lot of you are like wondering, why is it? Well, we're going to find out exactly why in the divine masculine part of the reading that is so. So I'm feeling it so divine feminine. You got to curb those obsessive thoughts and just remember to put the focus on yourself. Because I feel as though, again, divine feminine, that things are not making sense right now. But I think the best you can do is just quiet your own fears and quiet any doubts you have. Because again, I think that you're doing pretty good, and I think you should congratulate yourself on what you've been doing. So yeah, that's what I'm getting for divine feminine. Let's see what's going on with divine masculine. So the deck that we're using for divine masculine is the Dreaming Way Tarot. I think it's by Rome Choey. I don't know. I don't have the box. The box got destroyed a while ago. Now let's see what's going on with divine masculine. The first card I'm getting for divine masculine is Four of Pentacles. Oh, I get it now. So I'm seeing crown chakra activations are going on for divine masculine. So that is telling me right away the divine masculine is still shifting out of ego consciousness into Christ consciousness. And as he's ascending right now, and he's ascending at a very high pace. And this high pace is actually causing him to hold on to the divine feminine. I think he's really scared at the moment. He is thinking about he's going through a tower still. I feel as though this tower has been very transformative, and I'm seeing that he's actually seeing from a higher perspective that he hasn't exactly been fair to divine feminine, and he does want to come back and make nice to the divine feminine, but he has no idea how. I'm also seeing for the divine masculine is that at the moment he's holding divine feminine in the depths of his soul. He doesn't want to let go of her, and I feel as though again this is actually causing him to have hope for the future. So I feel as the divine masculine is like in a bit of a tough spot right now, but I'm thinking that divine feminine is what's pushing him through. So I feel as though I'm also seeing for divine masculine Three of Cups. He wants to reconcile with the divine feminine. He feels as though divine feminine and him have been apart for way too long, and it's time for him to just time for him to just come in with an offer. I'm seeing again that divine masculine is working on this offer. So he is actually drafting, he may be writing messages to divine feminine on social media, but just deleting them. He has no idea what to say, though. He also wants to just have a good time with the divine feminine. They've had really good times together, very illuminating and enlightening times, very free spirited times. He feels as though he is, when he takes the divine feminine, he's very childlike. So I'm feeling as though divine masculine also is struggling with a I feel as though he's struggling at the moment with let me see. I definitely feel as though he's struggling with addictions. And the reason why I say that is because I feel as though this is how he's fighting for the divine. He's fighting for he's fighting for divine. He's fighting his feelings for the divine feminine, but yeah, he wants to reconcile with them. That just doesn't make any sense. So I'm thinking that I'm picking up on two divine masculines here. So I'm seeing one half is avoiding the divine feminine, and the other half is thinking about coming toward the divine feminine. But let me just pick up on what's going on with them in general. So Queen of Pentacles. So with the Queen of Pentacles, I'm seeing that divine masculine is working on his mother wound. I feel as though there is a very superficial, manipulative person in the divine masculine's life. And this is actually, he attracted this person because there is a mother wound. His mother wound, he's never exactly mothered himself. I feel as though he's always just resorted to addictions. So I'm also seeing there's ancestral trauma in his family line revolving around the mother wound. So he learned from his mother not to mother himself, or his father from mothering himself. But I feel as though there's not exactly a healthy divine feminine template in the divine masculine's arsenal. So I feel as though he can't be faulted for not knowing exactly how to mother himself. But I'm seeing a child here, so I'm seeing inner child. So I'm seeing for a fact that if he is in a relationship, this is actually this relationship is the person is mirroring his mother wound and inner child trauma. So I feel as though divine masculine maybe I feel as though he's going through some inner child healing as well. Definitely some shadow work. But I'm thinking again that even though he's healing himself, he is still avoiding his situation with divine feminine. I'm thinking that is more accurate to say. But I'm seeing also that I feel as though his foundation of home is being tested as well. So he may feel as though that his home environment is not exactly stable. I feel as though that he thinks that there could be more that is done. So I think a lot of divine masculines might be thinking about moving out of their home environment, or others may be thinking about making some changes. So what I mean by changes is probably a change in finances. So I'm thinking again that divine masculine is concerned about finances as usual, and these finances root chakra. So I feel as though he's working on money blocks. So these money blocks are these are ancestral. So I'm thinking he's working on a lot of ancestral trauma. So what I'm also seeing with the Six of Pentacles, though, is that divine masculine is still struggling with people-pleasing tendencies. He is trying to placate everyone and trying to make everyone happy. He's running himself into the ground. So I feel as though divine masculine is very overextended in his energy as well. His energy is quite scattered, actually. And I'm also seeing balance. He needs to balance the scales. He needs to put himself first. And I'm seeing the divine masculine is looking away. This man's looking away in the Six of Pentacles card. And I'm seeing that he's being shown the truth. And he's not exactly listening to it. He wants to believe. I'm seeing with the Queen of Pentacles. I'm thinking that he was in a relationship. That this person is manipulative and very harsh, like very superficial and very a gold digger. But I'm seeing that he's refusing to see this truth. I feel as if divine masculine is being tested, and he's not exactly doing well with his test. He's not seeing that he has attracted this individual or attracted this experience. Some divine masculines might be dealing with the finance. I'm also seeing. I'm not saying gonna say a karmic situation. Although it could be. They attracted this experience because of their mother wound, of their ancestral trauma wound around money blocks. I feel as though again that this situation is going to be resolved by the divine. And what I mean by that is that this divine masculine is going to be forced to do the work. I feel as though he doesn't exactly want to see it like that. He feels as though that his life is perfect just the way it is, and there's no changes that need to be needed. But I'm seeing solar plexus activations going on as well. So I'm seeing the divine masculine is disempowering himself by turning away from the truth. And the divine masculine maybe letting himself go. What I mean by that is that he is letting yeah, he is letting himself fall to the wayside. So he's not putting himself first, definitely. He is there's a lot of chatter. But I'm seeing with the King of Wands, this is going back to Divine Feminine. What I'm seeing with Divine Masculine is that he is watching Divine Feminine right now. He is watching her social media, and I feel as though he feels like she is done well without him. And he's like wondering, well, what can I do to be a service to her? I feel as though Divine Masculine is reminiscing about the Divine Feminine right now and thinking about the times where he was a provider for her, where he was a protector. He feels very protective of the Divine Feminine right now. So I'm also seeing that he also feels a lot of passion toward her. So I'm thinking Divine Feminine may be zapped by the sexual energy. There may even be astral sex going on between the twins as well. I feel as though there's also some sort of sacred sexuality exchange that is going on. So I'm thinking again that the twins are transmuting their sexual energy. And I'm thinking Divine Masculine is also going through a sexual trauma clearing as well. Because again, wands can be sexual energy. And I'm seeing for Divine Masculine, I'm seeing a lizard. So I'm feeling as though Divine Masculine is shedding his old skin. He is shedding his old identity, whether he knows it or not, and is becoming the highest version of himself. So I feel as though Divine Masculine is being guided to be more of his higher self. I'm seeing that the higher self of the Divine Masculine is trying to regain control of the Divine Masculine and point him toward the signs and synchronicities, though it's kind of a power struggle because Divine Masculine is wholly convinced that there is nothing to be, his life is perfect just the way it is. I'm also seeing with the Four of Swords is that Divine Masculine is being called to rest and rejuvenate. So for Divine Masculine, I think that he's being called to meditate and go within and to just figure out exactly what to do about his life. And what I'm also seeing is white here. So I'm feeling so Divine Masculine is being reminded that he is not as far gone as he thinks, and that he is not broken, that he's a pure soul. But I'm thinking Divine Masculine views himself as damaged and beyond saving. But I'm feeling as though Divine Masculine is also wrestling with self-limiting beliefs about himself. So I'm feeling as though Divine Masculine is being called to let go of these self-limiting beliefs and to just believe in his own power. He's more powerful than he realizes, and yeah, I'm seeing the twins are marrying heavily right now. So I'm also seeing for the Divine Masculine that I'm seeing Three of Swords here. So with these Three of Swords, I feel as though Divine Masculine is wrestling with heartbreak, and this heartbreak I feel as though comes from the fact that he's unable to be himself around everyone else. I think that's why he's missing Divine Feminine so much and wanting a reconciliation with her. But I feel as though, again, Divine Masculine is just wondering, what should he do? He feels like as soon as he figures everything out, he ends up running away scared. So I feel as though even though he's reminiscing about the Divine Feminine, he's knowing that he's run away from the past, he's let her down, and he has to again face himself, but he doesn't know how to face himself. I'm seeing with the King of Pentacles is that Divine Masculine is working on his inner stability. He's actually also working on his finances, as I said. Again, these finances, I feel as if this is actually helping him feel better about his inner stability. I think he's trying to compensate by working on his finances to give him an illusion of inner stability, but I think that the divine is showing him that that's not the case. That this inner stability can only be obtained by going within and healing what is being triggered. So I'm also seeing divine masculine is realizing that he wants to be solid and dependable for the divine feminine again. He doesn't want to be this shadow of a man that he is. He wants to be better. So I feel as the divine masculine is again in a very funny headspace. It's just like he just doesn't know what to do. And I'm also seeing heart chakra activation, so his heart chakra is being blasted open. I'm also seeing grapes as well. So this is telling me that the divine masculine is this is a fertile time for the divine masculine. I feel as though a lot of ideas are being implanted in the divine masculine by his higher self, and this is causing him to be productive about his growth. So I feel as though he's going to be going through a time of growth and transformation, and I'm thinking that his best ideas are going to be flowing at this time. And I'm thinking is again, he's going to think that this is his idea, but I think this is his higher self actually giving divine masculine the courage to make change. So what I'm also seeing for divine masculine is that he is learning to stand strong in his convictions. He is learning to be unshakable and unmoving. So I feel as though again, even though he's still struggling with people pleasing, he is not a doormat. It's just he has a lot of trouble erecting boundaries and maintaining them. Yes, he can do it, but I think again every now and then he falls off the wagon. So yeah, I feel like divine masculine's harsher on himself sometimes. And the next card I'm getting is 10 of Pentacles. So I'm feeling as though divine masculine is still seeing success and fulfillment with the divine feminine. He feels as though divine feminine and him complement each other. So yeah, she's very successful at her business. She's very successful in her mission, and he feels as though that they could build an empire together. So I'm also seeing for divine masculine that yeah, I feel as though he's really focused on the divine feminine, but it's just he doesn't focus on her. Yeah, he's focusing on her, and then he's just pulling away, and then he focuses on her again. It's like in an endless cycle. So I'm seeing divine masculine is also working on. I feel as though he's definitely Ace of Swords. So what I'm seeing with the Ace of Swords, this is telling me that divine masculine is getting a lot of clarity about this connection with the divine feminine. He's also getting a lot of clarity about himself and about his actions, about why he did what he did. And I think this is actually helping him come up with a much better apology. Because I feel as though for the longest time he has avoided putting off a conversation with the divine feminine because he didn't know what to say. And he didn't know what was going on at the time. But now he's had a realization that he needs why he did what he did. He might feel as though it's not an adequate excuse, so I'm seeing that's why he may be pulling away from the divine feminine, because again, it's just there's a lot of guilt and remorse. What I'm seeing with the divine masculine is that he is releasing this guilt and remorse. He is releasing all of this turmoil that he's been causing himself and giving himself a much needed peace of mind. So I feel as the divine masculine was tortured about this for the longest time, but now he is giving his soul the much needed sieve. Is it sieve or much needed medicine to ameliorate his well-being. So the next card I'm getting is Page of Swords. So with the Page of Swords, I'm seeing that the divine masculine is kind of like in his head about the divine feminine. He is just wondering, he is wondering, he's wondering the divine feminine will be receptive. He's wondering if the divine feminine will push him away or even, just be cold toward him. he knows that divine feminine has a way with her words. So he also feels as though divine feminine is very intelligent. I'm seeing this divine masculine is also very intelligent. So I'm feeling as though what's going on is that I'm thinking that divine masculine is trying not to be reckless. He's not trying to be impulsive. He's being strategic. But the Page of Swords is young energy. So I feel as if divine masculine's ideas have not exactly taken full form yet. So he's still in a process of revising and editing his proposal to the divine feminine. So what I'm also seeing with the white, definitely there's a lot of white in these cards, a lot of gray. So I'm feeling so divine masculine is trying not to think in the black and white terms. He's trying to be more open minded, but it's kind of hard because divine masculine feels as though he is not exactly been of integrity. So I'm feeling as though this divine masculine has realized his mistakes and is seeking to make amends. And the next card I'm getting is Four of Cups. So I'm seeing again the divine masculine is just thinking at the moment. He's still liberating about his next move. And I feel as though again, divine masculine is he's not apathetic or indifferent at all. But I feel as though he is wrestling with apathy. So blocks to apathy are being cleared at the moment. So he's not exactly being so nonchalant about the situation with divine feminine. He is definitely now taking the initiative to actually reconcile with her. So I'm also seeing with divine masculine that this reconciliation will be is in the works as well. But I'm also seeing there's a cup here. So I'm thinking again, divine masculine is he's distracting himself at the moment. But I think the reason why he's distracting himself from this he's distracting himself at the moment, but it's going to be momentary. Because again, I feel as the divine masculine is going to again try to seek for a reunion with the divine feminine. And the last card I'm getting is King of Swords. So I feel as though again divine masculine is trying to remain I'm seeing with he's trying to be logical, he's trying to be fair, he's trying to be impartial, and he's trying to again find a solution that would best benefit everyone. But I feel as though divine masculine at the moment is not going to take action toward the divine feminine, because again, this is just this is just in the beginning stages. So I'm seeing again that divine masculine is in a much needed he's thinking at the moment. That's all I'm gonna say. So yeah, that's what I'm getting for divine masculine. So let's see the twin flame journey shadows. So let's see what's going on with divine feminine. What are your shadows, divine feminine? And I'll be pulling 3 cards. Divine feminine, what are your shadows? The first card I'm getting is emptiness. So I feel as the divine feminine feels this sort of like void in her. She may be feeling as though the divine has actually let her down. So what I'm seeing is that she feels as though her faith is misplaced. But I'm feeling as though divine feminine that your faith was not misplaced. What happened is that you lost sight of who you were. And I'm seeing that it's time for you to reclaim your authentic self. The self that trusts in the divine no matter what. Not when it's most convenient for you. So I'm also seeing I'm seeing X-rays. So I feel as though divine feminine, you feel as though you feel as though the divine has actually I don't know. I don't know how to describe this sort of photo. So let me just pull for the energies. I definitely feel as though divine feminine that this emptiness. Yeah, I feel as though the X-ray was just just of your it was a picture of your emptiness. So I feel as though it's just illustrating the fact that you feel cheated. Oh, that's it. You feel cheated, divine feminine. So you feel as though the divine has left you high and dry. But I feel as though this is actually, you need to let go of this false belief that the divine can and let you down. You need to let go of your trust issues, divine feminine, and you need to trust the process. So I'm also seeing that once you actually learn how to trust the divine, you'll feel much more fulfilled. I'm also seeing non-action. So I'm feeling as though you're being indecisive about the course of your life. You feel as though, again, divine feminine, that not all the pieces are in play, so therefore you shouldn't exactly make some movement. But I feel as though, again, divine feminine, that even though you shouldn't make any movement, you shouldn't exactly let it go. I feel as though this is you're in action. It's supposed to be a time of rest and rejuvenation and reflection. It's not a time to not make a decision. What I mean by that is that it's not a, it's you if you want to actually change something, you need to put into motion the intention to change. So they want you to be in 4 source energy instead of 8 of source energy. So they don't want you to hold back because you don't have all the facts. They want you to make movement anyway. So they want you to move and go with the flow. They don't want you to hold back and be indecisive because you can't control any of the pieces. You just have to improvise, divine feminine. You have to trust. This is what it means about trusting. And the last one is judgmental. So I feel as the divine feminine, you should reserve judgment on the divine. I feel as though the divine is doing the best, is guiding you, is showing you the way. Though again, your ego tends to question it every now and then. And I'm also seeing that you're kind of judgmental about yourself. You feel as though you're not exactly some of you may be questioning whether you're hearing the divine. Others of you may be wondering if whether this journey is your head. I'm seeing that it's not in your head. I feel as though all your judgments tend to get in the way. Your expectations. This is about releasing them so you can learn to go with the flow. So yeah, that's what I'm getting for divine feminine. So let's see what's going on. So it looks as though divine masculine is wholly fixated on the divine feminine. He can't stop thinking about her. So what's going on with divine masculine? So I'll be pulling 3 twin flame journey shadows as well. Divine masculine. So the first card I'm getting is envious. So I feel as though for divine masculine, I think it's envious of the fact that divine feminine is living her best life and that she's able to be whoever she wants and whatever she wants. And I think that's actually playing into his desire and obsession for her right now. She's not obsessed like in a very he just can't stop thinking about her. I'm guessing that's the thing. It's just she's so desirable and so attractive right now that he can't help but be head over heels and in love with her. He's wondering who she's with and whether she's with someone or whether she's in I feel as though he may be wondering who she's entertaining as well. And I'm thinking again, this jealousy is he just wants her and he wants her back in his life. But I feel as though what's going on is that divine masculine just, oh my God, he feels so ashamed of being envious. He feels unworthy of it, I'm seeing. And I'm also seeing there's a lot of blackness. So I feel as though divine masculine feels as though that it's wrong to even feel envious of the divine feminine. And the next one is escapist. So I feel as though, again, because he's thinking about her, he wants to escape from it. He doesn't want to be swept up in the intensity of the connection again. So I feel as though the divine is trying to get the divine masculine to face his feelings for the divine feminine head on. But he doesn't want to because he is afraid of losing himself in intensity. So I'm also seeing with the divine masculine is that I'm thinking his inner child, he's also being called to clear dissociation trauma. So I'm thinking again, divine masculine has the inability to live in the moment. So he is actually, again, supposed to learn to ground and That's why he's been called to meditate, so he can be more clear-minded. So I'm also seeing mountains. So I feel as though, again, the divine masculine needs to clear this association from it to see things from a higher perspective. If he's present, he'll see that there's nothing to fear. And the last card is insecure. He feels inadequate for the divine feminine. He feels like he's unworthy of her. He feels as though he's not good enough, and he feels as though that she will reject him anyway. It's just a matter of time before she sees his true colors. He's also thinking that she's rather repulsed by him, given what he has done over the years to her and what he's actually done in his life. He doesn't feel as though he's a good person, and that divine feminine is better off just finding someone else. And he doesn't exactly blame her if she ends up moving on with someone else, because he feels as though divine feminine is he puts divine feminine in a pedestal. He just feels as though divine feminine's above his beyond his reach. So I'm also seeing a house. So I feel as though, again, divine masculine feels very insecure being away from the divine feminine as well. He feels as though that divine feminine is in her own league. So what I mean is that he feels as though she's restricted from him. She's off limits, and they're just in two different worlds. So what's even the point of actually getting out of that room and just being in the same room as her? Because he feels as though he shouldn't even be allowed in her presence, given what he's done. So yeah, that's what I'm getting for the twin flame reading. I hope it resonated, and I'll see you another time. Namaste.